I need some black food in Amsterdam. Where my African sisters in Amsterdam? Where my St. Martin queens in Amsterdam? Where my Surinamese queens in Amsterdam? Where my Curacao queens in Amsterdam? Where are my Aruba queens in Amsterdam? Where are my Bonaire queens? I need some black food. I'm not eating milk and bread and cheese. I don't want a snow bunny diet while I am in Europe. I don't want a snow bunny diet while I am in Europe. Where are my Dutch African queens at? I'm not eating snow bunny food while I'm not doing it. You're not going to do this to me. You're not going to do this to me. I don't want no damn milk, bread, and cheese. Where my African sisters at? Where my Curacao queens? Where my Surinamese queens? Where my Aruba queens at? Where my Amsterdam queens? I need some black food. Somebody bring me some black food to my hotel. Somebody bring me, who gonna cook for the king? Which one of my Amsterdam queens gonna cook for the queen? Cook for the king. Hit me up. Hit me on WhatsApp. 215-989-9858. Hit me on WhatsApp. 215-98. I want some real food. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I want some real food. We're not doing this. We are not doing the cold snow bunny European diet. We're not doing it. Too many black women in this country for me to be eating like a European. No, we're not doing it. We're not doing it, brothers and sisters. We're not doing it, brothers and sisters. We need FDMG school furniture. I need y'all to help me find some desks. We need student desks. We don't want to buy student desks. Help me find FDMG furniture, brothers and sisters. Help me find FDMG school desks. We need school desks for the children. We need school desks for the children. We need about 200 to 300 school desks. I'm not going to eat like no snow bunny. Last time I was in Amsterdam, no, that was Austria. Where did I? Somewhere we went. It was an Ethiopian restaurant. This is King Kong. I'm in Europe. I am in Black Europe. Hit the Cash App, $FDMG school. I don't want 5 wives. I don't want 5 wives. No. 2. And if the 2 wives required me to take a 3rd, but I really only want 2. Who got that jollof rice in Amsterdam? Where my African immigrants in Amsterdam? I need some black food. Can I please get some black food? I ain't been here in 9 years. Can I please get some black food? Snow bunny tea. Who's the thickest, Cardi B or Nicki Minaj? It's too early to be thirsting, my brother. It's too early to be thirsting over sisters' bodies. I need you to relax and put some work in. Put some work in, my brother. You thirsting that early over Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. It's too early for that, my brother. It's too early for that, my brother. I need you to activate crown chakra, not root chakra. I need you to activate crown chakra, not root chakra. It's going down tomorrow night, South Square Theater, Rotterdam, Holland, 6:30. King Kong is pulling up. I'm taking pictures with everybody. I'm hugging all my queens. Where my Surinamese queens at? Can I please get some food, some black food? I'm not eating this snow bunny food. Serena Williams gave all that. Serena, why did you do that? That man do not know what to do with them. My German Africans, y'all coming to Brussels or y'all coming to Rotterdam? My German Africans, y'all coming to Brussels or y'all coming to Rotterdam? My Italian Africans, y'all coming to Brussels or y'all coming to Rotterdam? My British Africans, y'all coming to Brussels? I might got to find me a European African queen. I might need a queen in Europe to help me coordinate the liberation struggle on the European continent. Rest in peace to Mutulu Shakur. Rest in peace to Mutulu Shakur. Rest in peace to Mutulu Shakur. Snow bunny food. My Amsterdam queens better bring me some damn food. My Rotterdam queens, y'all gonna have some African food tomorrow? My Rotterdam queens, y'all gonna have some African food tomorrow? I'm actually staying in Rotterdam tonight. Is there anything black and conscious going on in Rotterdam, Holland tonight? Is there anything black and conscious going on in Rotterdam, Holland tonight? Is there anything black and conscious going on in Rotterdam, Holland tonight? Now, Jennifer Lopez be low-key hating on American African sisters. I'm not feeling that. Jennifer Lopez be low-key hating on American African sisters. I'm not feeling that. I'm waiting for my Dutch African queens to pull up with some food. I appreciate Kanye West for not being controlled by money. I appreciate Kanye West for not being controlled by money. When Kanye refused to back down under the threat of money, that was powerful. Because if you are not afraid of going broke, they cannot control you. If you are not afraid of going broke, they cannot control you. If you are not afraid of going broke, they cannot control you. But yes, Kanye has a snow bunny problem. Kanye is addicted to the bunny. He just got caught the other day. Kanye got caught on the boat with his wife, Snow Bunny Queen, trying to give him a gummy bear. She was trying to give him a chewy on the ocean. Ass out and everything. And the paparazzi caught him. Kanye, we must do better, my brother. Kanye, we must do better. You are too famous Kanye West, listen to me, my Chicago brother. You are too famous to be trying to get your Shango stick gummy beard in broad daylight. Kanye. 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 Now come on, Kanye. You're one of the most recognized and controversial entertainers in the world. What makes you think you're going to get your Shango stick gummy beard in broad daylight? I could never do something like that. I wouldn't even attempt something like that. I would never even attempt something like that. I would never even attempt something like that. Could you imagine if that was me on that boat? Trying to get my Shango stick gummy beard? Y'all would have destroyed me. Y'all would have destroyed. Kanye, if you got a fetish for getting gummy beard in broad daylight, if you got to do it outside, brother, take a night cruise. Y'all should have did that at night. That way the camera can't get you. If Kanye and his snow bunny would have did it at night, they would have got away with it. So Kanye, if you just got to do the unthinkable in broad daylight outside, do it at nighttime, my brother. Now, I'm going to say this. In scrolling through YouTube, and I'm rarely on YouTube, there are too many low vibrational platforms on YouTube dedicated to slandering and attacking other black men who are doing better than they are. There's too many low vibrational spiritual vampire platforms on YouTube dedicated to attacking black men who are doing better than they are. I am very disappointed in the levels of political testosterone in the black community. I am very disappointed in the levels of political testosterone to see black men attacking other black men because they're more famous or successful than they are. That's a damn shame. And don't get me wrong. Some of your criticisms are accurate. Some of these guys are scammers. Some of these men are con artists. But when you got to do a video every day about the same man, or if you got to do a video every week about a different man, there's at least 20 black male YouTube platforms. There's at least 20 black male YouTube platforms dedicated to attacking other black men. That is weak. That is so weak. Motivated to destroy another brother. Now, if you want to do one video, okay. If you need to do a follow-up once in a while, I guess we could live with that. But that's not what you ninjas are doing. You ninjas, did he just say where the school at? Did he just say where the school at? I'm going to have to block you, my ninja. I'm going to have to block you, my ninja. Did he just say where the school at? I'm going to have to block you, my ninja. I'm going to have to block you. In fact, you going into the Book of Negroes. Can somebody get me his legal name in the picture of that ninja? He's in the Book of Negroes. He just said where the school at. Can somebody get me a legal name in the picture? Check my text messages. Nah, the U.S. government is burning Hawaii to the ground. They want that land, probably for some military purposes. That's government. That Maui fire, that's all government. That Maui fire, that's all government. That's all government. If you ain't figured that out by now, your third eye must be calcified. If you haven't figured out that the government is behind the fires in Hawaii, your third eye must be calcified. We definitely need higher intelligence in the African community. We definitely need higher intelligence in the African community. They want that land. And you know what I think? I think they want to gentrify all the black and poor people out of Hawaii. They want to gentrify all the black and poor people out of Hawaii. They want to gentrify all the black and poor people out of Hawaii. So they're going to burn them out. They're going to burn them out. That's what you call microwave gentrification. That is a real purge. They purge in black Chicago and black New York with migrants. They purge in black Chicago and black New York with migrants, but they're purging black Hawaii with the forest fire. They're purging black Hawaii with the forest fire. They're purging black Hawaii with the forest fire. They purging black Philadelphia with real estate tax hikes. They purging black Philadelphia with real estate tax hikes. But here's the question. The real question, brothers and sisters. This is King Kong Consciousness live in Amsterdam, Holland. This is King Kong Consciousness live in Amsterdam, Holland. The real question, why are we as African people not taking our destiny into our own hands? That's the real question. That's the real question. Why are we not taking our destiny into our own hands? That is the real question. That's the real question. Where is the revolution in institutions? See, y'all don't want me to bring that question up. Y'all don't want me to bring that question up. Where is the revolution in institutions? When African people are serious, you will see independent black institutions. When African people are serious in America, you will see independent black institutions. When African people are serious in the UK, you will see independent black institutions. When African people are serious in the Netherlands, you will see independent black institutions. When African people are serious in South Africa, you will see independent black institutions. If we are so angry, if we are so tired of racism, if we are so upset over oppression, where is the revolution in institutions? Show me. Show me. Where are we so angry we building our own schools? Where are we so angry we creating our own jobs? Where are we so angry we building our own hospitals? Where are we so angry we're building our own banks? Show me. Because until you show me that, until you show me that, you have shown me nothing at all. You have this illusion. Negroes all over the world have this illusion that once we convince Caucasians that we built the pyramids, they will respect us. You have this illusion that once you convince Caucasians that you are not half monkey and half man, they will accept you. We have this illusion. Once we convince them of our true level of intelligence, they will treat us as equals. You are living in a make-believe fairy tale. That is an artifact of your imagination. See, what you're trying to do is get respect today by living off the accomplishments of your ancestors yesterday. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're trying to get respect today from your oppressor by living off the accomplishments of your ancestors from antiquity. It's not going to work. See, you too lazy to build your own kingdom. You too lazy to build your own community. You too lazy to build your own empire. So you keep throwing up ancient Kemet. You keep throwing up ancient Sudan. You keep throwing up ancient Ethiopia. You keep throwing up ancient Nubia, ancient Timbuktu, ancient Monomotapa. You keep bringing 5,000-year-old black achievements into the 21st century as if that's going to work. It's never going to work. It's never going to work. It's never going to work. You're too lazy to build yourself, so you want to try to live off the building of your ancestors. It's not going to work. The only thing that matters is what you are doing now. Black people better learn how to live in the now. African people better learn how to live in the now. We keep talking about history. History, history, history. And history is important. I will be the history teacher at FDMG. History is important. I will be the history teacher at FDMG. History is important. I will be the history teacher at FDMG. But if all you got is your ancestors' body of work, and you have no body of work of your own, if all you have is your ancestors' body of work, but you have no body of work of your own, that's like a son bragging about what his father did, but he ain't done shit for himself. That's like a daughter bragging about what her mother did, but she hasn't achieved anything herself. That's only going to save you for so long. Our history is not there. for you to prove to white people. Your history is not there to try to force people to accept you. That's not the purpose of African history. The purpose of African history is to not use it to try to get other races to accept you as an equal when you haven't built anything to be accepted as an equal in this day and time. You're trying to use history to salvage your low racial self-esteem. It don't work that way. You're trying to use our ancestors' body of work to salvage your low self-esteem and to cover up your laziness. You're trying to cover up your laziness by claiming the achievements of your ancestors. It's not going to work. History is for us. It's not for our enemy. History is for you to know who you are. History is to motivate you to do what's right. It's not to prove anything to your enemies. We raising all these black kids with religion and no racial consciousness. We raising all these African children around the world with religion but no racial consciousness. They will be worthless to the African world revolution. All these black children being raised in Africa, Bibles and Qurans, no consciousness of race. All these African children being raised throughout Europe with religion without no racial consciousness. All throughout the United States with no racial consciousness. All throughout the Caribbean with no racial consciousness. And you wonder why black people are the only people who have trouble being loyal to themselves. You wonder why black people are the only people who have trouble staying loyal to themselves. You wonder why. You wonder why we have a race filled with traitors and betrayers. We have a race full of traitors and betrayers. Larry Elder, 10 years from now, we're going to have black people who make Larry Elder look like an angel. Candace Owens, 10 years from now, we're going to have black people who make Candace Owens look like an angel. Charles Barkley, 10 years from now, we're going to have black people who make Charles Barkley look like an angel. Jesse Lee Peterson, 10, 20 years from now, we're going to have black people who are going to make Jesse Lee Peterson look like an angel. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, 10 years from now, we're going to have black people who make Justice Thomas look like an angel. You know why? Because we are not breeding loyalty. We do not breed loyalty. We got black women talking about they being oppressed and mistreated, and it's true. Homeless black mothers, homeless black girls, and yet black women still wasting $30 billion a year on fake weave and perms. $30 billion black women are given to the Asians every year, complaining about how they don't have, and they are correct. They don't have. Black women are correct. But my question to my sisters, why are you not weaponizing some of your $30 billion weave and perm money? See, we don't like to talk about money. Black people do not like conversation about financial responsibility for the liberation. Black people hate having conversations about money and liberation. You want to talk about elections and liberation? You want to talk about protest and liberation. You want to talk about voting and liberation. You want to talk about marching and liberation. You want to talk about citizenship and liberation. When are we going to talk about money and liberation? When are we going to get down to the economics of emancipation? When are we going to get down to the finances of freedom? You keep talking about the white man's democracy. Guess what? The white man's democracy is nothing more than Caucasian voodoo. The white man's democracy is nothing more than Caucasian voodoo. It's voodoo. Democracy is the white man's voodoo. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That is the spell he cast on African people worldwide. Democracy is the white man's voodoo. That's the spell he cast on African people worldwide so we can sit around and wait for another election to vote for somebody he controls. I'm going to say it again. I don't care if you don't like me. I'm going to say it again. I don't care if you don't like what I have to say. We're going to talk about it tomorrow night in Rotterdam. We're going to talk about it tomorrow night in Rotterdam. We're going to talk about it tomorrow night, 6:30 at the South Square Theater in Rotterdam. The white man's democracy is the white man's voodoo. Democracy for the white man is a spell he cast on African people globally that has you sitting around waiting 4 years, 6 years, 8 years, 2 years to cast a vote for a Negro or pale man that he already controls anyway. You're out of your mind. South Africa don't need another election. South Africa needs revolution. Black Netherlands don't need another election. Black Netherlands needs a revolution. Black Jamaica don't need another election. Black Jamaica needs a revolution. Brazil doesn't need another election. Brazil needs a revolution. Black America don't need a damn election. Black America needs revolution. But let me tell you why there will be no revolution. Let me tell you why there will be no revolution. Because not only has the European cast a spell of voodoo democracy over African people worldwide, not only has the white man's voodoo, which is his popular elections, the white man's voodoo, his so-called democracy, he's cast the spell on Africans globally with his democracy. And then he hypnotized black people with his materialism. Lord have mercy. Lord, first of all, he cast the spell with his democracy that makes you sit around and wait to vote as opposed to working. Voting over building, voting over working, voting over organizing, voting over revolution. So he casts the spell. He puts you under the spell of his democracy. He put you under a spell of his democracy, and then he hypnotized you with his materialism. He hypnotized you with his materialism. He hypnotized you with his materialism. So guess what? You're not going to do anything to piss him off because you're afraid. Revolution is not an option for materialistically enslaved Africans. Revolution is not an option for materialistic enslaved Africans. Conspicuous consumption coonology. Conspicuous consumption coonology. So you're not going to fight the system Because if you fight the system, you might lose your job. If you fight the system, you might get demoted. That means you got to trade in your Mercedes. That means you got to get a smaller house. That means you can't send your children to Ivy League University and brag about it to other black people. You are afraid of losing money. And because the pale man knows African people are afraid of losing money, he knows you are afraid of losing money. And since he knows you are afraid of losing money, he never has to worry about you doing anything except casting a vote for someone he already controls. Lord have mercy. Now, as far as Clarence Thomas goes, I heard Clarence Thomas is getting in trouble for taking gifts. I heard Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas might be getting in trouble for taking gifts. I heard Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas might be getting in trouble for taking gifts. And this is what I'm going to say to Snow Bunny Clarence Thomas. This is what I'm going to say to Snow Bunny Clarence Thomas. It's 10:10 a.m. here in the Netherlands. It is 10:10 a.m. here in Europe. It is 10:10 a.m. here in Amsterdam. Snow Bunny Clarence Thomas, if you lose your seat on the Supreme Court bench, and I don't like to kick a man when he's down. I do not like to kick a man when he is down. But Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas, if you get removed from that bitch for taking gifts, Black America is going to have a party. We are going to celebrate Clarence Thomas being removed from the U.S. Supreme Court bench. So I hope, Snow Bunny Clarence, I hope Snow Bunny Clarence got some good lawyers helping him to save his job. Because if you lose your job, the celebration that Black America will have to exit Clarence Thomas from the Supreme Court, that celebration we're going to have will be greater than any 4th of July party. It will be greater than any Juneteenth party. It will be greater than any Kwanzaa party. It will be greater than any birthday party. It will be greater than any New Year's Eve party. If Clarence Thomas gets his Snow Bunny ass removed from the U.S. Supreme Court bench for taking illegal gifts, we are going to throw a party like you have never seen in your life. Black America is going to party our asses off if he get put off that bench. So Clarence, for all the devilish work you have done to destroy Black America, for all the devilish work you have done against Black America, thank you, Woman Claw. Thank you, Woman Claw. Thank you, Woman Claw, for all the shit you have done to my people. You house Negro, Uncle Tom, sellout. If they kick you off that bitch, you spent your whole life undermining black people for white power. Clarence Thomas spent his whole life undermining black people for white power. He spent his whole life undermining black people for white power. If they remove him from that bitch, you know what I think? If Uncle Thomas gets removed from the Supreme Court bench, if Uncle Thomas gets purged from the U.S. Supreme Court bench, I got a funny feeling. His snow bunny is going to leave him. I got a funny feeling if Clarence is purged from the Supreme Court bench, his wife, George Bush's cousin, Clarence Thomas's wife, George Bush's cousin, I got a funny feeling that George Bush's cousin is going to divorce Clarence Thomas if he loses that job. I got a funny feeling he is out of there. He's going to get snow bunny. And to my sister Halle Berry, I'm glad you were a black man. Please don't date outside the race anymore. You don't have good luck. Your ancestors don't want you dating outside of your race. Halle Berry, are you listening to me, my beautiful African sister? Halle Berry, are you listening to me, my beautiful African sister? Halle Berry, are you listening to me, my beautiful African sister? I don't ever want to catch you dating outside the race anymore. Your ancestors do not want you dating outside the race. You are now paying alimony to 2 Caucasian men. Your most recent ex-husband, you have to pay him $8,000 a month in child support. A black woman is paying a white man $8,000 a month in child support. How can a black woman be responsible for paying a privileged white male in the United States $8,000 a month for child support? Plus all school expenses. And her ex-husband gets 4% of all money she earns above $2 million a year. The ex-husband gets 4% of all of her earnings above $2 million a year. Halle Berry, who is your divorce attorney? If I can ask you, does anybody know who Halle Berry's divorce attorney was? Does anyone know who Halle Berry's divorce attorney was? Because we need to send that ninja some hate mail. On behalf of our sister Halle Berry, we need to send her divorce attorney some hate mail, because I don't see how in the hell you got to pay all that child support, pay all the school expenses, and on top of that, he gets to pocket 4% of all of your hard-earned money above $2 million a year. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like convict leasing on the chain gang during Reconstruction after slavery. That's what this sounds like. See, you black people keep on dating white. You keep on bunny hopping around. Y'all keep bunny hopping around. And these Caucasians are robbing us blind of all this money. Halle Berry, Tiger Woods, and the list goes on and on and on. These ex-NFL players are being raped financially by their Snow Bunny ex-wives. These ex-NBA players are being raped by their Snow Bunny ex-wives. They are literally robbing us financially because our self-esteem is so low as African people. Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks and Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks and Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers, they just recently jumped the broom. Trae Young and Joel Embiid recently jumped the broom. And both of them bunny hopped over the broom. I'm going to be in Cameroon next month. If memory serves me correctly, Joel Embiid is from Cameroon, is he not? I'm going to be in Cameroon next month. If memory serves me correctly, Joel Embiid is from Cameroon. I would like to find out who in Cameroon told him. Which one of my Cameroonian Africans told Joel Embiid it was okay to bunny hop over the marriage broom? Who told Trae Young it was okay to bunny hop over the marriage broom? When Joel Embiid is 40 years old, who wants to bet that snow bunny will no longer be with him? When Joel Embiid is 40 years old, who wants to bet that snow bunny will no longer be with him? Who wants to bet? Because I don't understand how you black men and black women don't see the pattern. This is a money grab. Marriage to rich Negroes is a money grab, and y'all still don't see it. Marriage to rich Negroes is a money grab, and y'all still don't see it. If it's too early for you, go to sleep. I'm not forcing nobody to be on my live. If it's too early, go to sleep. Do I force anybody to be on my live, brothers and sisters? Do I force anybody to be on my live? If it's too early, go to sleep. If you don't like the content, find somebody else. Because I am not a conflict creator or a content creator. I am a social media educator. I am not a conflict creator or a content creator. I am a social media educator. I am not a conflict creator or a content creator. I am a revolutionary educator. Revolution. Complete radical transformation from what is to what needs to be. But before there can be a revolution in circumstance, there must be a revolution in psychology. The African mindset has to transform. The African mindset has to transform, because if we don't change the way we think, there's no need for a revolution, because you will recreate the white man's world. Let me say it again. Who understood, overstood, and understood what I just said? Who understood, and overstood what I just said? If we don't change the way we think, if we don't change the collective African mindset, there's no need for a revolution, because you will simply recreate the white man's world. If there is no collective transformation in African consciousness, there's no need for a revolution, because we will simply recreate the white man's world. See, some of you Negroes are of such low vibration. Some of you Negroes are of such low vibration, you think we're going to go to war so you can buy a bigger house. You think we're going to war so you can earn more money. You think we're going to war so you can drive a better car. You think we're going to war. You think there's going to be an African world revolution so you can buy more platinum, diamonds, and gold. You see? That's what a lot of you want a revolution for. You want to replace the white man as the imperialists of the planet. You want a revolution to replace the white man as the imperialists of the planet. And I'm here to tell you, the revolution is not so you can play musical chairs with your oppressor. Some of you want the same structure we got. Some of you want the same enslaved capitalist superstructure that runs the world. You just want to be in charge. See, you don't care about other Africans. You just want to be on the top. You don't care about improving life for African people. You just want to improve your life. You want greater access to materialism. That's not what the African world revolution is about. That's not what the African world revolution is not about switching the white man out of the king of capitalism throne and putting the black man into the king of capitalism throne. The African world revolution is about destroying the system of capitalism, destroying the system of elitism, destroying the system of the bourgeoisie. We are destroying and rebuilding the entire social, economic, and political system of the planet Earth. That's what the African world revolution is about. If you are a capitalist, you are part of the problem. If you are an elitist, you are part of the problem. If you are a black aristocracy member, you are a part of the problem. We don't need any more elitist Negroes or elitist Negro organization. Tear this shit down, brick by hypocritical brick. You cannot reform white supremacy. You got to destroy it. You cannot reform the miseducation system. You got to destroy it. You cannot reform the mass incarceration system. You got to destroy it. You can't reform the parasitic economic order. You got to destroy it. Rotterdam, we got to talk tomorrow night. I want all my Dutch Africans in Rotterdam. I want my St. Martin. I want my Surinamese Africans, my Arubans, my Curaçaos, my Bonairs, my Amsterdams, my Rotterdams. If you need the ticket link to get your ticket, hit me up. If you need the ticket link to get a ticket, hit me up. 215-989-9858. 215-989-98. Not black nationalism, Pan-African nationalism. Black nationalism is dead because if you don't have diplomatic relationship with African nations, black nationalism will not survive. It is Pan-African nationalism. Black nationalism cannot survive without relationships with Africans around the world. It is Pan-African nationalism. No. The biggest problem. Black people are addicted to materialism, and we are afraid of losing it. Black people are afraid of material loss. We are so backwards, so undeserving of our ancestors. We are afraid of losing these material trinkets that the white man allows us to buy with the money we earn from him. Look at how sick the system is. Look at how sick. You go to work and you bust your backside for 40, 60, 80 hours a week. You go to work and you bust your backside for 40, 60, 80 hours a week, and you take the money that you just slaved for. You take the greater portion of the money you just slaved for and you give it back to the same man who gave it to you to buy junk that is absolutely and totally irrelevant to the black community. Look at the gangster rappers. Look at the gangster rappers. They are the best example of this minstrel show we call Black America. Look at the gangster rappers. Look at these goofy ass gangster rappers. 20 cars, 200 pair of sneakers. That's it. 500, $1 million watch. Look at this. $1 million watch. Why does somebody need $1 million watch when you belong to a people that don't have no institutions? Why do you need $1 million watch when you have homeless black people? Why do you need $1 million watch when black people filling up the jails for crime because they can't eat? See? Freedom for black people is the ability to buy from white people the expensive junk that they make. Freedom for black people is the ability to buy from white people the expensive junk that they make. Freedom for black people is to buy from white people the expensive junk that they make. Dwayne Wade and Oprah, I don't have a problem with them helping out with the government fire in Maui. But I got a question for Dwayne Wade and Oprah. I got a question for Dwayne Wade and Oprah. If you can spend all that money to put out the fire in Maui, why don't you spend some money to put out the miseducation fire in the ghettos of black America? Spend some of that money to put out the gentrification fires in the ghetto of black America. Take some of that money and build some institutions in black America. I'm tired of celebrities doing more with their